Good morning, YouTube. We are here at Southlake Cars and Coffee. It is a brisk 40 something degrees here in Texas. A little chilly, but it hasn't stopped the cars. They're actually rolling in. It should be a pretty good turnout. So those of you that are just tuning into the channel, thank you so much. Hit like, hit subscribe. It's free. Follow along on some of the cars I'm doing. I'm working on a Ferrari and a Pantera. And if you already subscribed, thank you very much. I really appreciate it. Let's go see some cool cars. So I didn't bring any of the fancy cars out today. Obviously the Pantera is torn down. The motor's going to the machine shop on Monday. Transmission's already been dropped off to be worked on. The Ferrari, you know, the tires are kind of junk right now, so I've got to order some wheels from the UK and get some decent tires on that thing, and then I'll have that back out. But I did bring the shop truck today, and you may have seen it in the background of some of the other videos, but I'll give you a walk around of the shop truck. It's just a neat old beater square body Dodge truck. Yeah, there's nothing special about this truck. It's just, you know, I call it a shop truck. It's just an 83 Dodge D150. It's got a cool patina on it. So I'm a fan of the Dukes of Hazzard. I'm actually from Georgia. That's where I was born. And where our house was the area where they filmed a lot of the Dukes of Hazzard. So to pay homage, I made the stickers for the side and the bumper there, the re-elect Sheriff Roscoe P. Coltrane. Boar's Nest sticker on the side. You know, it makes me laugh when I see it. Not a lot of people get it, especially the younger generation, because they don't really know that show. But every now and then you'll see an older guy walk by and he'll notice it and get a chuckle, so totally worth it. Good thing I did a quick walk around because I left my lights on. You know, these old trucks are very simple. You know, there's no power windows, no power locks, no power, you know, there's power steering, but that's about it. You know, and there's no little chime to let you know that you left your lights on. So very simple, very basic. I love it. All right, so over here, my buddy just showed up with his 69 Camaro, supercharged LS, pretty badass. Still, you want to see it? Let's check it out. part about this show is you get a mix of everything. I mean, you've got Lamborghinis and Porsches over there. You've got Volkswagens, old school BMWs, little MGs. I mean, it's just anything and everything. It's pretty cool that everything shows up like this. I'm a fan of all these cars anyway. These exotics are pretty cool, don't get me wrong. Most of them do not have a manual transmission. And I know the little paddle shifts, the automatic transmission, they shift faster, blah, blah, blah. But you just can't beat the feeling of driving a manual sports car. So kiddies, learn how to drive a manual transmission. By now, I love obscure cars, you know, the cars that you don't see many of them. They're just different. They kind of stand out just because of what they are. You know, not necessarily because they're exotic or anything like that, but here's a perfect example right here. My parents bought a Fiero exactly like this one, except it was black, for my sister for her first car. And I think my dad paid like $100 for it, and it needed a little bit of work, but we got it home and we started going through the car, and I think we found like $3 and change, so it ended up being a $97 Fiero. What a fun car that thing was. I used to take it out all the time. I'd borrow it from my sister. Here's another one of those cars I was talking about. You know, they're very underrated, just don't see many of them. This is a Lotus Esprit. They were such cool cars when they came out. A lot of them were V8s. The 4-cylinders were the fastest 4-cylinder cars ever made at the time. Every time I see a Lotus, you know, the first thing I think of is the movie Pretty Woman with Richard Gere. And he's driving down Sunset. And he doesn't know how to drive it. He's grinding the gears. Here's a beautiful silver one. Found another one that you don't see too often. This time it's a truck. This is a Dodge Dakota, but it's got a V8 in it. I mean, how cool is that? Just a super fast little sport truck. Check this thing out. I don't know if you caught that or not, but on the interior it looks like he's using early generation Viper seats. That's a very cool, subtle touch. Cars and Coffee Southlake. pretty good turnout today, given it's, you know, really cold here in Texas. But kudos to the people that braved the cold weather and brought out their cars. Some neat stuff out here. Drop a comment below. Let me know which one was your favorite car. To be honest, I'm pretty partial to this Dakota over here. That thing is cool. I wish I had that. Please hit like. Please hit subscribe. It doesn't cost you anything. It's free. Follow along on the Ferrari build and the Pantera build, and we'll see you next time.